Heyo, and welcome to my It's Always Sunny theory. Today, I'm going to tell you to my It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia theory. Today, I'm going to tell you why the waitress is not Nikki Potnick. Let's go. So, Nikki Potnick is discussed first, of course, in Season 1, Episode 3, Underage Drinking, a National Concern. And when they're talking about what would happen when they used to drink together when they were in high school. Charlie says we would wrap Nikki's car around a tree or crash it into a tree, whatever he says. So the waitress has already been established on the show at this point because season 1, the first episode, she's in it. And so unless they were just planning this from the start, which is I find unlikely, then, well, why would they refer to her as Nikki Potnick and not the waitress? It's pretty obvious to me. Also, they talk about Nikki Potnick like this is somebody that they used to hang out with. That's kind of the impression I get, like from the way they're talking about Nikki Potnick. So it would be kind of weird to me if it was the waitress, because the waitress seems like somebody who they don't really hang out with, who's kind of like outside their circle. And, like they say, the waitress doesn't get us. We do all this funny stuff. But she doesn't seem to get it. And that totally makes sense, because she's like, yeah, she does not jive with the rest of the gang whatsoever. Of course, except for when she bangs him. Yeah, so, and then, of course, the next time Nikki Potnick is addressed is the high school reunion episodes in season 12. Actually, I think it's only addressed in the first part. So, the people at the reunion, like Adriano Calvanese and such, they seem to know who Nikki Potnick is. They're like, oh, Nikki Potnick made it to the reunion, everybody. It looks like you had a couple rough years, Nikki. So, that's almost proof right there that Adriano knows what Nikki looks like, which I think is interesting. Oh, and by the way, I wanted to mention something from season 1, kind of the entire show. There's really no evidence of like the waitress driving at all in the show. I'm pretty sure. I don't think you see her drive a single time. So it's possible that she owned one car, and that one car that she owned is the one that they crashed into the tree, and she never had a car again. Or she's had cars and then just never talked about it on the show. That's possible too. Okay, fine, whatever. But it seems like the waitress is always walking, or she is, or she's got the bike in the Dee and Charlie Find Love episode, for example. So you never see her driving. Just a minor point. I wanted to get to that. But then, so in the high school reunion episodes, looks like you get a couple rough years, Nikki. And so that's proof right there that Adriano knows what Nikki Potnick looks like, knows who Nikki Potnick is. But then just a couple scenes before, when the waitress comes to their table, comes to the cool kids table when Dee is still part of the cool kids as part of this reunion, they're all like, oh, who the hell is that? Well, it wouldn't make sense that if they knew who Nikki Potnick, if Adriano knew what Nikki Potnick looked like, then why would he be saying, who the hell is this, when Nikki Potnick just came over? If, in fact, the waitress was Nikki Potnick, which she isn't. Boom, there you go. Now, another point. Glenn Howerton, the man himself, he said in a tweet back in 2011 that the waitress is not Nikki Potnick. If you want to know who Nikki Potnick is, watch the first 10 minutes of the underage drinking episode. Now, it's possible he could be pulling the wool over our eyes, but I don't think so. Yeah, so kind of review my points here. Now, here's the point that everybody who thinks that the waitress is Nikki Potnick, here's the thing that they address. The fact that she comes to the reunion and says, hey, guess what? I didn't have a name tag. And of course, Frank, he swiped the Nikki Potnick name tag. Okay, that's a fair point. I'm not gonna dispute that one. And also during that scene, I've noticed that Frank is like casually almost covering up the Nikki Potnick name tag. But then right before he stands up, he takes his hand away, and you can see the Nikki Potnick name for about a second before he stands up and walks away. Of course, the waitress is drunk there, so maybe you're not like maybe she wouldn't have even noticed. Who knows? But here's my theory on why there's no name tag for the waitress. Because they say, I think Dee says, "Oh, there's no way she'll be here," or something like that. She was the most forgettable girl in school. Here's what she says: she was the most forgettable girl in school, which is like the worst thing you can be. As I'm enjoying some coffee out of my It's Always Sunny mug right now. Yeah, so Dee says she was the most forgettable girl in school, which is the worst thing you could be. So that, in my opinion, that is why she didn't have a name tag. Like they kind of tell you in the episode right there why she doesn't have a name tag. She was the most forgettable girl in school, so they forgot about her. That's why she doesn't have a name tag. No, that's my opinion. Um, yeah, that's about all I have for like that for that part of the episode. But there's a little bit more in season 8. So in the D and Charlie and Dee find love episode, uh, going back to that episode, um, the waitress calls Dennis when like her hair's falling out, and he's like, who, who? Just say waitress," which is a pretty funny part. But anyway, my point by bringing that up is that okay, the season before is established that Dennis knows the name Nikki Potnick. So if the waitress, let's say she's Nikki Potnick, let's say you guys are right, she's calling him up and saying, "Hey, it's Nikki." He wouldn't be like, "Who?" He wouldn't think. He knows the name already. So that's basically all I've got. Yeah, the waitress is not Nikki Potnick.